All right, welcome guys to our Valentine's call to manifest infinite love and take our relationships to infinite next level. Let's get started. We actually started and we're re-hitting the record button.
Sorry,
So
people can
is
reset.
just yeah, sorry guys. But it's my I'll be hosting with Kareen and we have a beautiful group here. And the first thing that I just asked Kareen, which I just asked Kareen, what did she do in order to manifest her life partner, her king into her life? And many of you have already responded saying a lot of you are single, desiring to manifest a soulmate. With some of you saying I'm in a relationship, would like to take it to the next level. So the first question is, what are the top three things that you've done, or the top things that you've done to manifest your soulmate?
Yeah, like you mentioned previously, there's so many practices, so many ways and activations, and I want to keep it super simple because I like making things simple and easy. Everything is energy. So the relationship that you're calling in, whether you're single or in a relationship right now, this ideal desired outcome and this relationship that you're craving has a certain energetic frequency. What we want to do is we want to elevate our own frequency to match that of what which we're calling in. So a lot of the work that I have done over the years to call in my king was to just align with that frequency of love, right? Really align with that frequency of love, really work on alchemizing my blocks to bliss and live in this energy of pleasure. So the work that I do is I really help people activate their pleasure, which is their birthright. So living in that energy of joy and pleasure. And I'm not speaking about just embracing the love and light, because we're not talking about just, being positive, good vibes only. No, we're dealing with our shit. We're working with our shadows, right? But we're using that energy of pleasure as an alchemical experience to alchemize your blocks to bliss. So a lot of the work that I did is really moving that energy out of my body and my subconscious mind to really work with my belief systems and the karmic cycles that I had been stuck in, the patterns that I had been stuck in.
Right.
And I also used a lot of visualization and really feeling like I was in the energy of what the relationship that I was calling in. So some of the things that I did were really feeling his frequency, feeling him be with me in my energy. So I love physical touch is my number one love language. So I would imagine as I was driving the car, I would imagine my king holding my hand the whole time. And I would even put my hand out on the little armrest and I would feel his hand holding me and I would just smile and I would just feel his frequency. And I would be in the kitchen, for example, and I would imagine him just grabbing me from the back as I was cooking and would kiss my neck and like we'd dance together. And I would just like, I would actually physically dance in my kitchen, feeling him being there, doing exactly what I want him to do. I could really feel his existence, like his essence. He was present in my life. Every night before I went to bed for about a year and a half, I would say, "Good night, my love. Good night, my king. Sweet dreams. I love you, blah, blah, blah." And I would feel him next to me. And I would smile. And it wasn't from the perspective of something is missing in my life. Like I wasn't like, oh, I really need this right now. It wasn't out of
Right.
desperation. It was like
Very
just
important point.
right, just bathing in the frequency of love, of his frequency. And now he does all of those things without me even asking for it. So he holds my hand
Beautiful.
in the car every single time we're in the car. He will always hold my hand in the kitchen
Beautiful.
when I'm cooking. He will grab me and we will dance, and he kisses me just like I imagined and visualized. Every
Wow.
night since the day we met, we say goodnight and sweet dreams. Every night we have a rich, sacred ritual of saying goodnight to each other.
I
So,
love that. There's a few people that are saying they are doing that. So for those
yeah.
that are doing that and it's still not happening, can you share some more, like one tangible example of the healing part of that? Because that's the other part, right? It's like if you're doing the visualization, manifestation, imagine it happening right now, but there's still something subconsciously that's pushing it away. What are
Mhm.
some of, like, were you working with others, doing healing on yourself with your own modality? What are like the biggest ones that really help clear that deeper inner work that most people don't really want to do? It's not super fun and exciting for
Yeah.
some people, but I love it.
Yeah, and it's a combination. It's a combination of my own personal journey, my own personal work. I have a lot of tools and resources being on the tantric path for several years. But of course, I called in support and I had my own healers and coaches who held space for me. I joined containers and to align that frequency, right?
Right.
So I for me, it's this energy of anytime you're manifesting something, anytime you're calling in something, if you're approaching it from an energy of lack or
Right.
desperation or need, you're repelling it. So I did find myself doing these practices and then questioning, like, when is this gonna fucking happen? When is he gonna come out? Like, I'm doing everything. Why isn't he showing up? And there's that frustration, is that desperation energy that was repelling him, right?
Right.
When I called him in, I was in this space of full faith, trust, and surrender. Like,
Mm,
I just knew he, without a shadow of a doubt, that he would show up in my life when the timing was right. It's that trust, like that unwavering faith
mhm.
that he will show up. Um, and the other part was, God, create the best life, create your best life. Focus on creating this juicy, pleasurable, delicious life with
Wow.
or without this person, right? With or without you. I had this attitude of with or without you, baby. I am going full force in creating this dream life, and you can show up and grace me with your presence and love whenever we're ready.
My
And I
life is so
got there.
awesome, and with you, it's the cherry on top.
It's the cherry on top. It's an
Yeah.
amplification of what I already have. You're not coming into my life to give
Fill
me
the
something
void.
that I was missing. Because
Yes.
God, I was on like fucking fire when I met him. I
Yeah.
just bought my first home on my own. My business was taking off. I was living my passion. I had beautiful friends in the community. Like everything felt so good and juicy in my body. I had a fabulous love life on my own. Like just my self-pleasure practice was like, right, amazing. And I was experiencing pleasure and orgasmic experiences just on my own. And so I was in a place of, was I fully healed? No, there is no such thing. That's bullshit,
Right.
right? So we want to
Yeah.
remove that lie in that programming. I think this is really important to address, is that there is no such thing as being fully healed and whole and complete and everything's great when I meet my person.
Yeah.
Fuck the shit I had to work on when I met him. Because I thought I was like on fire in a great place. Everything was amazing. And then you meet this person who's a divine mirror and a soulmate, and you're like, holy shit, he's like mirroring all my crap. And so a lot of the alchemy will happen, a lot of healing, the growth, the alchemy will happen in the relational dynamic. It
Right.
will. So you want to dispel that. We want to dispel that lie and that bullshit narrative that, oh, I have to be in like the perfect place. I have to be fully in my power when I meet my person. Pff, I wasn't. I wasn't. I healed a lot of stuff in my relationship and I'm still working on things in my relationship. So there's a lot of yeah, when you're in that space of like, I am trying everything. I've been working for years to do all these manifestations and all these practices, and this person still hasn't shown up. And there's that frustration and that desperation and that need that we want to clear out of our space and just come into that softening, that surrender, that trust, that full, unwavering faith that if you keep aligning with your best life, don't hold your breath, right? You can love, accept, and be fully happy and content with your life, with or without this person. And then this
Right.
person will just come in to amplify what you've
Right.
already created and what you're already embodying, right?
I love it. How many single people here started holding their lovers' hands during that, imagining they were here right now? And if you didn't, I'm all about like, let's implement all the wisdom right now. So if you haven't, take a moment and just hold their hand right now. And just like Corrine shared with us, amazing wisdom. Embody it in the now.
Yeah.
And then also remember, yeah, if it's not happening, yeah, you do the divine surrender, trust, allowing. And then
Yeah.
also what are the steps that I haven't dealt with now, that like what are the core steps in the way of it coming in now, if there are some things from the past, because all it takes is one belief that says, okay, love equates drama and trauma,
Yeah.
or my last relationship was this, therefore I don't want to bring that in. So whatever unresolved belief, fear, emotion, subconscious trauma, or conscious could be keeping it at bay. So that those things we can work on. But in terms of the trap that Corrine shared, I'll first heal myself, then bring in the relationship. The easiest way is bring in the relationship, and it's going to fast track your evolution anyways. And evolution
100%.
is an ongoing thing. So no need to like it's like an ongoing thing. So if anything, the relationship will amplify it and fast track it. So and even if you call in, like even if someone comes into your life now and they're not your forever person, they're going to fast track you to that next version of yourself, which is going to be the next version of your relationship, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to add to that is there's a misconception that a lot of our blocks and our beliefs are in our heads and in our subconscious and in our mind.
Right.
I really want to dispel this lie because it's
Right.
in your body. So
So,
trauma, all the blocks that you have, the blocks to bliss, the trauma that you've experienced, the betrayal, all of the things, right? Even though the story and the narrative is playing in your head and in your subconscious, the
right.
belief story is there. You're holding on to the imprint and the groove in your body and your nervous system. So a lot of
Right.
the work I have done in the past and I do now with clients is somatic. Soma is Greek for body. So it's in your soma, it's in your physical temple body that's housing your soul, right?
Mm,
So if you have a history of abuse, sexual aggression, whatever, betrayal, cheating, being catcalled, right? It could be something really tiny, but that creates a trauma imprint. That experience, that intense experience creates a trauma groove in your nervous system and in your body, right?
mhm.
And then we have the story and the memory in our brain and our limbic system, etc. All of that is in your head, the story. But the actual imprint that you want to move, that block, is in our body.
Right.
So that's the work that I do is really to move that energy and alchemize it from your nervous system and your body and create new grooves of safety. Because you want
Mhm.
to feel safe, right? Feeling safe in your body, feeling safe in your power, feeling safe in your pleasure to be able to feel safe with someone else, right?
Mhm. Yeah, any questions for Kareen about this? So I'm learning a lot. The emotions and traumas are stored in the body. You want to do some somatic work, you can
Yeah.
reach out to me and Kareen, and we're masters at alchemizing the stored emotions, traumas, beliefs, stories, all of that. And it's both. It's the story and it's the stored trauma.
Hmm. Hmm.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Okay. In terms of creating your life to be so juicy and so fun, so definitely we want to switch from I'm needing this,
Hmm.
need pushes things away. I have my cup full. I'm having such an awesome life. My needs are met, magnetizes. So I would love for you to share some grounded examples on how to fill our cup so that we actually feel full and that we
Yeah.
create such a juicy, delicious life that then becomes allows what we're desiring to be magnetized to us.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to really get to know yourself, like really get to know what you truly desire, like getting really clear. Like if we're not clear on what we want and we desire, the universe is gonna be like, I don't know what to send you. What are you asking for, right? So
Right.
if this is your ideal dream relationship partnership that you're calling in, how can you live that experience now, like I mentioned before, with or without this person? Right?
Mm,
What do you desire? Maybe it is to remember and connect with your purpose, right? And I use the word remember. It's not about learning or discovering. Everything's here. Like everything's in our body, everything's in our energy, right? So it's about remembering who you are
mm,
and what you desire and the life that you want to create for yourself. Like I didn't
mm,
wait for him to buy my house. I didn't wait for him to build and grow my business. I didn't wait for him to travel the world and have all these amazing experiences. I did all of that on my own, right? And I still do it in my relationship. I still do the things that give me that freedom and that expansion, right? So just create, focus on your desires. Do not wait. This is the mistake I see a lot of people making is do not wait for this relationship to live your life fully,
mm,
expansively. Take that trip, expand your business, go for that job, do the things you want to amplify and expand this energy of joy and being in that energy of pleasure and play. That's a big one. And as fire signs, we know how to play. As a Leo, I'm like, I am extremely playful and in touch with my playfulness and my inner child. Go wild, have fun, fill your cup, whatever that looks like for you. It might be different for me, right? And maybe, just a prompt for you all, what brings you alive? Like, feel into that ecstatic aliveness in your body. What makes you come alive? It could be painting, it could be something
mm,
as simple as art if you're an artist. I love to cook and bake. Like that stuff like lights me up, right? Cooking nourishing, yummy meals for myself and for others, right? Love self-pleasuring. Buying new crystal dildos and yoni eggs, right? That stuff like lights me up because I love this work, right? What lights you up? What makes you come ecstatically alive and expands you so that you're just like in awe of life?
Right.
Just in awe of life. And I'm not talking about perfection because fuck, I'm not like this every day. There are mornings I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to face the world today, right? I have my moments, but I know how to get out of that funk. I have the tools and the resources to go, okay, there is a block. I'm going to move this energy out of my body. I'm going to do my somatic practices, my tantric activation practices, my breath, my vocal activations, whatever that looks like, right? It's like, how do you get yourself into alignment every day and come back to yourself, come home to yourself every day? Just
Yeah.
bring yourself back home into your body, into that safety, into that pleasure, into that joy, into that play, right?
Beautiful. Karine, we have a few questions, and I know we have 8 minutes for your activation. For our Virgo sides of us, that's very structured. And yeah, so this is the part where Karine's going to be sharing some activations with us. I love that I found that out about you because it's also a big part of me, that Virgo rising. So
Yeah.
which is the purifier, that's the healer, that's like what are all the impurities in our beings and in other beings, and let's cleanse it there. It's like that's why it's the virgin, right? It's like keep it pure.
Yeah.
So purify, not keep it pure, is a distinction
Purify.
there, right? Yeah, Karine, please walk us through some activations, and let us know what they are.
Beautiful. Do you want me to do that first, or do we answer some of the questions that are there? Or we can
We'll
keep the
save
questions.
the Q and A's. I think the activations like the
Right. Okay.
and
Beautiful.
we'll save
Okay.
questions. We're not going to be able to do everything we can do, and that's why there's the follow up. But we'll do as much as we can. But the definitely priority is your activations.
Perfect. Let's do that. And then just acknowledging that I see your questions and we will get to them afterwards. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's come into a comfortable seat. In our bodies, you can rest your feet anywhere you like. Could be grounded on the floor, could be in lotus pose, whatever feels good for you right now. And if this is accessible to you, you can keep your spine as straight as possible. So we're going to do something a little challenging. We're going to keep our eyes open in a soft gaze. So we're not closing our eyes fully. We want to let the light in. We want to connect with our environment. We want to stay in our bodies. Hands are resting comfortably in your lap or on your thighs. Chin is gently tucked in. Tongue touches the roof of the mouth. And let's just take 10 breaths together. While we count the breaths, what we're inviting in here is presence and groundedness in our body in this moment, in this space. So on your next exhale, start by counting 1 to 10 breaths. And when you complete your 10 breaths, drop the counting and keep breathing long and deep in and out through your nose. Now, taking a moment to drop into your heart space. Dropping into your heart center, really tuning into her frequency, her essence, her desires. And once you've connected with your heart, ask her, what do you desire in your ideal relationship? What is it that you're calling in? What do you want to experience? And it's not so much what this person looks like or the qualities, it's how do you want to feel in this experience, in this relational dynamic? And start to use all your senses to see, feel, taste, smell, touch everything that you're calling in. If you have a hard time with visualization, use your other senses to support you. Just feel it, intend to see it. And just allow your heart to show you. And I invite you to amplify all of that by starting to feel what it would feel like to have all of this in your life right now. This is not in the future, it's right now. This is how we bend timelines. It's occurring now in this frequency. How do you feel? Maybe it's a little bit of nervous excitement. That's okay. Joy, anxiety, whatever it is, just feel it. Feel it all. And I want you to visualize all of these visions and dreams that you have for this relationship and just encapsulate it in a beautiful ball of light and just leave it there for a moment. We're going to come back to it. And then we're going to move all the way down our bodies, our legs, and all the way down through the bottoms of your feet, traveling through the layers of the earth, going all the way into the center of the earth, connecting with the center of the earth, and seeing a small seed planted there, and placing your intention, the intention you set at the beginning of the session. Just plant that seed of intention and ground it into the center of the earth. And again, leave it there. And let's journey all the way back up, all the way into your sex chakra, into your yoni, your lingam, your penis, your pussy, just your genitals in that area. Just hold the frequency there. And just ask your sex what they want and what they desire to experience and feel in a relationship. This might be similar to what your heart is asking for, but it might also be different. Maybe you're looking for juicy, wild tantric sex and orgasmic experiences. Maybe there's something more pleasure, more adventure. What is she craving? What is she yearning for? Let her show you. Let him show you. Let it show you. Let them show you. Feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it, see it. All your senses. Mhm. And if you have a physiological response to this, that's beautiful. Let your body do what it needs to do. Shaking, swaying, moving, tremors. Now encapsulate all of those visions to this beautiful ball of light and leave it there. And come all the way back down, down to the center of the earth. Let's water that seed of intention with anything you want to water it with. It could be unconditional love, trust, surrender, faith, resilience, power, passion. And watch that seed of intention blossom and bloom into a beautiful seedling and grow all the way up, up, up. up through your sex chakra, gathering that ball of light with all of your visions for this ideal dream relationship of yours. Moving it all the way up as this beautiful, growing plant moves into your heart, gathers up and collects this ball of light, gathering all of your heart's desires. Moving it all the way up through the top of your crown, expanding it out into the ethers, into the universe, letting the universe know that this is what you desire, this is what you're calling in. Make it very clear. There is no settling. This is what you're calling in. And bring it all the way back up, all the way down, down your body, down and back into your sex. And we're going to amplify these visions with your life force energy, with your sexual energy, your chi, your prana. You're going to take a deep inhale in. You're going to squeeze your root lock, your pelvic floor, so your anus muscle, sex organs, lower belly. Pull the energy up and in and blast it all up, 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 up in front of your central channel. It's almost like a column of light, like a straw of light that's right in front of your spine, blasting that sexual energy all the way up, 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 and all the way up and out through the crown, amplifying that frequency with the energy of pleasure. And bring it all the way back down, back into your sex. We're going to do that one more time. Deep inhale. Hold the visions, hold those visions and the dreams. Squeeze your root lock, your pelvic floor, anus, sex organs, lower belly. Pull that energy up and in. Bring it all the way up, 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 up through the crown, amplifying it out into the ethers. Almost like a beacon, a signaling device. Sending that message, bring it all the way back up into your body, all the way down, down, down into your body. Way down into your sex, and then all the way down through your legs and out through the bottoms of your feet, grounding it in, planting it in with your intentions. And let yourself stay in this space for a bit. Bathing in the aura of this manifestation, this amplified manifestation that you've just created. Bathing in the essence of all your desires and your dreams. And just tuning into the feelings and the sensations in your body and just observing without making up any stories or passing any judgment. Just witness, watch. Maybe notice your thoughts, maybe feelings, what you're experiencing. Just watch and just be with them and just let them flow. And on your next inhale, place one palm on your heart center, the other on your belly. And if you feel comfortable, you can place that other hand on your sex, on your yoni or lingam. And you can close your eyes here just for a moment, opening your mouth wide. Deep inhale in through the mouth. Exhale out. Or regulating your nervous system to align with all of that which you're calling in. Let's do that 2 more times together. Beautiful. Coming back to breathing normally in and out through your nose. Just allowing your body to integrate this vision, the amplification, any block to bliss that you alchemize through this experience. Just allow it to integrate and land in your body, in your soma, so you can fully embody this truth. It's not just a story in your head, it is living in your body in the physical. adopting it as your truth. Hmm. And whenever you're ready, you can very gently wiggle your fingers and toes and lift your gaze and come back to the present moment. And I just invite you to do a little shaking. If you want to stand up and shake, go for it as well, but do it seated. Just shake every part of your body as you sound out. So what we're doing is we're vagal toning here. We're activating your vagus nerve, regulating your nervous system. Just look as silly as you want. Like, make yourself look ridiculous. It's super fun to look ridiculous and not give a shit what people think. It's like dance like everybody's watching and you don't give a shit. That's true liberation, right? Welcome back, everyone.